The Eurogamer Expo, or EGX as it is more commonly known, was in London from the 22nd to the 25th of September 2022, and for the first time ever, I was invited down as a content creator. I was there on the 23rd and 24th and was excited as a small urchin, climbing into bed the day before Christmas. Pulling out my creator press pass and bypassing the massive queue was an experience I'll never forget. I was there for the VR games, but the whole experience of wandering around a large arena stuffed to the gills with games and gamers just being themselves was very refreshing for me. Want to wander about all day in your favourite cosplay outfit? It's fine. No one will bat an eyelid and you can just be yourself. There was also a massive area filled with old retro games cabinets which sucked away a few hours as well. Bliss. So, which games got me the most excited at EGX 2022? I'd quickly like to address two games before I move on to my top 5. Squingle is a psychedelic puzzle game that I've covered before when I went to Format in Manchester. It's a puzzler set in what looks like someone's intestines, and when I spoke to the dev he admitted that he was doing a lot of drugs while coding the game. It's trippy and colourful and is currently only £11 on Steam or £8 for Quest on App Labs. Well worth a look. Dyschronia Chrono Alternate is a JRPG in VR where you have to solve a murder in a place where murder should not be possible. I played the demo on Friday at 6 PM just as the devs were about to pack in for the day, and they were clearly tired, bless them. The demo was just a short sprint across a large open space which was under bombardment, avoiding robots that were searching for you before meeting up with your opposite number to start your investigation into the murder. It was brief, and though it was very pretty, I will have to reserve judgment currently. So, my top 5 games from EGX. The first 4 are in no particular order. I enjoyed them all and thought it was unfair to rank them. However, there was one game which took me totally by surprise, and that game is my number 1 choice, so make sure you stay to the end to find out which was my number 1 pick. Before I start, you can now join my channel for exclusive perks, giveaways and content, so if you enjoy the madness that is Mac in VR, please consider joining. Thanks. We Are One is a mind-bending puzzler where you have to help yourself overcome your enemies by cloning yourself and using time loops. It's a really great idea that did pickle my brain until I started to get my head around the concept. Drop into the scenario, throw stuff to where it needs to be, clone yourself, jump back in, pick up what has been thrown down to fight off waves of enemies, but all within a very tight time limit. It has a very unique cel-shaded art style and gameplay is very addictive. The game will be available on Quest 2 and Steam VR, but there is currently no release date. Guardians Frontline is a mashup of sci-fi FPS and real-time strategy game. Sounds a bit odd, but imagine Halo Infinite and Halo Wars got jiggy with it, had a baby, and you pretty much got the idea. The shooting was solid, the guns looked nice, and the RTS elements were well integrated and fun. There are a load of units that you can build, from flying drones to resupply areas and giant stomping mechs. Plus everything can be controlled, repaired and commanded from an easy-to-use menu. My 10-minute demo was not enough, and I think this game will have an amazing depth and replayability once you get the balance of all your units right. Or you can just go in full Master Chief, guns blazing, and sort it out yourself. Guardians is currently available on Steam, but will be relaunching as Guardians Frontline on Quest 2 and Steam VR in 2023. Everslaught is a high-mobility, fast-action RPG that just says to you, this is a fast-paced game, you can't take it, don't play it. And now it's coming to standalone Quest 2 as Everslaught Invasion. But this time you can bring a friend. Everslaught Invasion brings the high-mobility RPG gameplay of the original, but now you can play untethered and in co-op. There are 3 distinct classes, so a balanced team will be required to defeat the endless waves of horrific enemies. I have played Everslaught on PC and the Quest version felt very similar, polished and very fast-paced. The game will be available in early 2023 on Quest 2. The iconic 1920s TV gangster show is coming to VR in Peaky Blinders, The King's Ransom. Come face to face with Tommy, Arthur and Polly as you infiltrate the criminal underground of Birmingham while proving you have what it takes to join the Peaky Blinders. This game has the full soundtrack and voice acting talents of Cillian Murphy and Paul Anderson. Walking down the alleyway in Small Heath towards the Garrison pub with the iconic music blaring while flames and sparks erupted all around me was thrilling to say the least. EGX isn't the best place to experience a narrative-driven action game, as most of the time I couldn't really hear what Tommy was saying, but the game has definitely captured the feel of the TV series, and with a little more polish, I think this could become a classic game based on a classic TV show. Peaky Blinders The King's Ransom will be coming to Steam VR in the near future. Now, the game that was my #1 at EGX 2020, and it is Broken Edge from Fast Travel Games. Now, I have covered this game briefly in one of my weekly news reports. I thought it looked nice, but the gameplay didn't say anything to me, and I was very meh about it. Then I played it, and my opinion changed in a matter of seconds. Broken Edge is a sword dueling game where you take on the role of one of 8, I think, historical duelists in epic trials. Use the fighter's unique techniques and powers combined with cutting-edge fencing mechanics to claim victory against online opponents and climb the rankings. I played against my pal Shui from Power on VR, who is known to be a bit competitive, and we had a great time trying to take each other down with back and forth duels plus moments of pure skill and luck. In the end, I was defeated 3-1, but honestly, it could have gone either way at points during our dueling. Broken Edge is one of those games that you have to play. Ignore the pastel shades, ignore the cel-shaded graphics. This is a tough, skillful online fighting game that I will definitely be picking up when it releases to Steam and Quest 2 sometime this year. Well, that's my coverage of EGX 2022 done. What did you think? Are there any games that you played that I missed? Do you agree with my top choice? You know the drill. Get involved and comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.